Some of you are new here in this page. I am so excited that you're here. I love all things cooking and baking, and I can't wait to share this easy cornbread recipe with you. So hang on, let me find us in our group so I can interact with you and find out how you guys are doing. I know that it's been a little weather change, and so I would love to know how many of you, there you are, welcome everyone. How many of you had freezing or frost last night? Oh my goodness, our frost was pretty strong. And so I know I don't have a lot of flowers out because you know, guys know I don't have a green thumb, but I did have a few things that I thought maybe I should bring in, but it didn't look like the frost came down as close to the house, so I might still be good. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be pretty much frost tonight. Welcome, welcome everyone. So excited that you're here. So now, how many of you struggle with meal prep? I know it's always, I know I do the Monday meals to try to get everyone inspired what you could cook on a Monday. So that's why it's so nice to see what everyone's cooking on a Monday. But did you know that Pampered Chef has a subscription, a monthly subscription that you can buy, and then you can get a little season packets if you want to test out a few seasonings before you buy a whole bottle. I mean, pretty awesome, right? So our taste buds, and I was hoping my new one for this month would be in the mail, and it might be in the mail. I didn't go down and check today, but this one was last month's, and they come with some really beautiful cards. You can put these in a binder. They come with 3 recipe cards, but then what I love is they come with an extra card that gives you extra ideas on how you can use that seasoning. Oh my goodness. And did you know if you go to pamperedchef.com, up in the recipe tab, you can type in whatever seasoning you have, and it's going to bring up recipes that you can make with that seasoning. Pretty amazing, right? So the bell pepper herb rub, not only can you use whatever recipe they had in here, but you use it in meatballs. You can make a quick spread. You can put it on top of your zucchini fries. I love the bell pepper herb. I put it in a lot of different things. The rosemary herb seasoning is another one. I don't use a ton of that, but you can put it over potatoes. You could do whatever. The Tuscan style herb chicken mix, you can put that on veggies. I didn't know that. I mean, how awesome is that? So I can't wait to try that this week. I was going to try to do that today, but I got to leave for a party right shortly. And so that's why I had to make it pretty easy. And it even says the Tuscan style herb and chicken mix that you can mix it right in with your mashed potatoes. I mean, how awesome is that? So if you have someone on your wish list or someone on your Christmas list, I should say, that might struggle with meal prep or might struggle with not knowing what to make for meals, these recipes would be fabulous. It would be a great gift for them. And we now, beginning November 1st, we have that amazing subscription box, the gift box that you can now purchase. So I don't even have one of those yet because they didn't give me one of those. But I am looking to order one of those this week because I want all the recipes that are in there, because there's a few seasonings that are not in our catalog. So I was so excited. But oftentimes when they do have new recipes and new seasonings in one of these, that we know they're probably going to come out with them. So my fingers are crossed because I heard last month, or no, the month before, there was another recipe I didn't get. Apparently I left my subscription run out and I didn't know it. Go figure, right? But there was a seasoning in there that everyone is talking about, and they're like, we've got to have that in our catalog. So I'm beginning to think maybe the beginning of spring we may have some new seasonings. Our seasoning line keeps growing. But anyway, welcome everyone. How are you today? I am excited that you're here. So today we're going to make cornbread. Now, I love cornbread, But of course, it has all those carbs. But let me tell you, I loved this cornbread. I made it the other day. And have you guys ever heard of commute flour? Have you ever heard of this? It is from the Food Nanny. If you don't have Instagram, you may not be able to, might not follow her. You might not have heard about her. But commute flour, I'm like, what is all the rage? I didn't know. I bought it, and this was the first time I got to use it. And let me tell you, I want to make the same recipe with a different flour, but if it is the flour, this recipe was phenomenal. And I had so many people. I took it to the voting booth on Tuesday. I had so many people compliment how amazing I took chili too, but how good the cornbread was. Oh my goodness, it was awesome. Welcome everyone. Oh my gosh. So it's gonna start out with, let me put my bag of flour over here. So I'm gonna give you a link that you can buy the commute flour. If you, I'm not sponsored at all. But if you want to try out some of her commute flour, I know that it sells out super fast. She is like very, very popular on Instagram. I almost didn't get a bag because she was all sold out, and I know a bunch of stuff she's not able to get right now because, well, it's on some of these ships that are supposed to get here. So I don't know if her flour is in stock right now or not, but I'm excited to try it with a few other recipes. She does have cookbooks out too. So anyway, we're going to start. We're going to put 1.5 cups of that flour. And what I noticed with it, it is like super, super fine. I don't know, I guess maybe that's the difference, but I also noticed it has a little bit more of a yellow tint to it. So now I'm really curious. I don't know if commute is a kind of wheat berry. Does anybody know? I mean, I don't know, but I just know it's very, very fine. And we're going to put in 1/2 cup of white or yellow cornmeal, whatever you want, and 2/3 cup of sugar. Now, I know, it almost gave me a heart attack to put that much sugar in there. But, you know, I'm making this for a family that both the mom and the dad and one of the children, as far as I know, they're all very, very sick, and they don't want to go to the hospital, obviously, with everything that's going on. And so I told them, you know what, I'm going to bring them some food. I'm going to set it outside their door. And so I'm going to make some cornbread. I made some chili earlier. I made chicken noodle soup, all the things that you might want to have maybe when you're sick. I'm going to make them a chickenetti casserole. I was hoping to do that today. I'm not getting done, so I'm going to do that in the morning. But oh well. Hey guys. So we're going to just mix all these dry ingredients together. And now we're going to put in our baking powder. And if you've never used our teaspoon and tablespoon measurements that will slide, they are pretty awesome. I have used them so much this last week, and I was like, I forgot how, oh, a tablespoon. Oh my gosh, it's good I read. So a tablespoon is 3 teaspoons, right? So I'll just put 3 teaspoons in there. And then it calls for 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So I can use the same measurement and just do my salt. And we'll go with that. So now we have all of our dry ingredients in our bowl. And so I'm going to put in the oil. And I'm going to do, I think it is 1/3 cup of oil. I'm going to put that. And I use olive oil. You can use whatever oil you want, whatever oil you have. 2 eggs I'm going to stick in there. And don't worry, I will post the recipe for you guys as well because it is amazing. And 3.5 teaspoons of melted butter. We're going to put that in there, and I'm just going to start whisking that up a little bit because, or in my case, I'm using a spatula, just to kind of get that started to mix in. And then I'm going to put in my 1 1/4 cups of milk. And again, you could probably use almond milk if you are dairy intolerant or anything like that. I really am excited. I didn't check out all the ingredients on this, but what the difference is like for wheat intolerant or I'm sure it's not gluten-free, but I really would like to know a little bit more of the history behind the flour. And I don't know exactly all the details. I just got it. So this is one of the first times this week that I made it. And it says not to over mix, so the lumps that are in there is okay. And we're just going to make sure that's all incorporated. So now I'm going to get my sheet pan, and yes, because I don't want to have to make them worry about giving my pan back, I am just going to, I'm just going to take some of the oil. Actually, you know what? There's not much oil there because I wiped it out. Oh, you know what? There might be a little bit of oil in my, I'm always trying to clean out my, yep, there's a little bit of oil in there. Perfect. I'm just going to grease this pan, and I'm putting in a throwaway pan because that way they don't have to worry about getting my pans back to me. So I'm just going to pour this in, and it might be, and you could probably put this in muffins as well because I think that would be super awesome too, to have it as muffins. And so there you go. And I don't have time to bake this today. I'm going to actually bake it tomorrow morning because I want to make sure that I get to my party on time. But anyway, but there we go. There is our cornbread, and you can put this in the oven and bake it. And I'm sure you can freeze it for if you have a big meal that you want to cook for. Make it ahead of time and freeze it and get it out whenever you want. Storing it in Tupperware, storing it in plastic containers is going to make sure that it's going to stay fresh. But anyway, if you want something to look at, look up commute flour, see if you can find out any benefits of that before I do. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little cooking demo. I was actually thinking of doing a dessert, but I'm like, I've got to go. So I hope that you all have a wonderful and amazing week, and we will see you back next week. I'm hoping to do a few Thanksgiving dishes because, well, we are like next to Thanksgiving almost. So have a wonderful week. We will see you next week. Take care.